Hi there. So last week I did a video on the relative strength index. It's an indicator, an oscillator on the chart that measures momentum. This week I'm going to show you how to keep a track, how to monitor companies, lots of companies and their relative strength index. So before I go into this, okay, I just want to say if you enjoy these videos, please hit that subscribe button. When I see that number go up, it makes me smile. And but what happens is this: when you hit the subscribe, you see a little bell. Hit the bell as well, because then you get notified via email when I release a video. And I'm only going to release 1, 2 maximum a week. I'm struggling to do 2, to be honest with you. So you won't get spammed with lots of email, and you just get notified, say, once, twice a week, okay? And if you like the videos, by all means, share and like. The more people do that, the more people will find these in research when they look for investing videos, and the more views it'll get, and it'll make me happy. And by all means, comment below. You know, if you've got a subject you'd like me to cover, and I may have some knowledge of it, and even if I haven't, I'll do some research, or I'll just make something up. Okay, so hit that subscribe button. That's the most important thing, and hit the bell. All right, cheers. Thank you very much. I want to get to 2,000. Okay, RSI. It's a momentum indicator, very important in small cap stocks. Like I say, it's 9/10 the law. You know, if a stock is moving, it's got look at bid stack, for example, at the moment. Momentum is phenomenal. It's monstrous, and when you get that in the stock, you know it doesn't go away very easily. And I say hype plus hope plus potential equals momentum. But how do you monitor, you know, the momentum of a stock, the RSI of a stock? Because the problem you have is over 2,000 companies listed in the UK, all right? And there's no way you can keep an eye on 2,000 or research 2,000 stocks on a manual basis every day. It would stress you out. You get option paralysis, and you would be highly ineffective, you know. So you need to hone your focus, you know, and by using some quality filters, and you can't do it manually. You have to sort of automate it. And I think that the more chance you have, more chance, I think, of improving your investing success by deep researching a handful or, you know, a few companies rather than by skim researching hundreds of companies. You know, get to know stocks, get to know the price movement, get to know the board of directors, get to know, you know, what's going on, really understand who has skin in the game, really get to know stocks, because every stock has, you know, pretty much a unique trading pattern, the way, you know, the volume and all that stuff. They're all unique. They all got their own little personalities, and the more you get to know a stock, the more chances you are of you know, buying it at the right price, selling it at the right price, and all that stuff. Now, I'll give you an example of why you should hone companies. I'll give you an example of the filters I use. So first and foremost, I now only ever look at tech stocks. Like I said, there are over 2,000 companies out there, you know. So I've narrowed it down to tech stocks because I believe tech is so influential, so disruptive. It has such a, you know, as I said, an influential sort of area effect on many sectors. You know, tech is across all sectors. It can aid and improve and disrupt so many sectors. And the advancement of tech advances tech even further and faster, exponentially. If you look at the way tech has advanced in the last 5-10 years, phenomenal, you know. And in fact, if you look at the biggest, most valued companies in America now, it's tech. Go back 10 years, it wasn't the case. It was oil and gas, or, you know, GE, a company like that. Now it's Apple, you know, it's Facebook, Amazon, all these kind of companies, you know, the big tech stocks. So first and foremost, I only look at tech. You know, that's one filter. Then if someone suggests an idea to me on Twitter or whatever, if it's not tech, I say, not interested. It's oil and gas or resource, not interested, thanks. Tech can be explosive, you know, and so I like tech. It's one of those areas, like oil and gas, it can be explosive, like biotech or pharmaceutical, it can be explosive. I like tech. I think it's less risky, but more rewardy, or just as rewardy. I also don't look at any companies below a valuation of 20 million market cap. And I think, why are you putting these hard rules? Honestly, try it. Try using some filters, right, that will automatically disregard a load of companies and get them out of the way. Remove them from your watch list, because you need to hone that watch list down. Like I said, you specialise, you get better. A 100-metre sprinter will always beat, say, decathlon doing the 100-metre sprint, because that's all a 100-meter sprint does, is sprint. So get to know a certain sector. So that's two filters I use, for example. Straight away discounts a lot of stocks that are suggested me, or the people say, have a look at this, or, if I'm interviewing, then I just want to specialize. There's no offense to those sectors. I prefer tech. I get quite excited by it, and I know it can have explosive returns, okay? What I also do is I like to filter the price and momentum. And you have to automate this by setting price alerts and RSI alerts. Because you couldn't do this manually. But even though I still look at tech and I only look at companies under 20 million market cap, there's plenty of them. Plenty. There's, I'd say more than 50, probably close to 100 stocks. So I can't go through those every day looking at their charts every day. So what I do is I automate alerts to let me know when they are at a significant level. And I'll show you that right now. So here we are at TradingView. It's uk.tradingview.com. Like I say, it's a free service up until a certain level. I do pay for that. I think you have one of the levels, you pay for alerts, I think, or a certain amount of alerts. But I like it a lot. It's a very similar. I'll put the link to investing.com. I don't know if you can get alerts on investing.com, so you'd have to check that out. But like I said, this is TradingView. I'll put the link to both in the description below. I'll also put a link to a previous video of mine, actually, at the end. And it's about price is everything. It's one of the 10 lessons I learned on how to get a good price on stocks and shares, because it is everything, So looking here straight away on the front screen, I've got relative strength. BHP is an alert here, so I can close that down there, but I'll show you more. So I got a save chart here. I'll click here. There's a save chart, and it'll open up a chart that I like. What is that? C4X Discovery. In fact, I had an alert on this recently. So let's just move my bold round head to the middle of the screen, and I'll show you. So, like I said, you are looking at, say, for example, let's say you've got 100 stocks on your watch list. You can't go through every one of those every day, checking where the relative strength is, where the share price is it high or low. So the best way to do that is automate. And do that by putting an alert on. And like I mentioned before, the relative strength index, 3 quite important numbers. It's down here, of course. If you haven't seen the last video, I'll link to that as well at the end of the video. But it's down here, as you see. It's a range from 0 to 100, and this band here is 70 and 30. Okay, over 70 is called overbought. Below 30, oversold. That means share price is weak there. Share price is strong. It may have a pullback. Down here, it's weak. It may bounce. Okay. So, how do I add an alerts? Essentially, very simple. So, and I always add alerts on these levels. So I also add one on the 50 level, because you notice a share price takes a while to get going, to warm up, and normally it has to cross this 50 level before it starts to move, like you see here. Okay. It's going across 50, it starts to move. All right. First of all, let's change there. I want to show you Bidstack, which is a stock with phenomenal momentum. Hope plus hype plus potential equals momentum. All right. Look at this. It spends most of the time above 50. Whenever it dips below 50, it would be presented a decent buying opportunity. So what do? You do this. You right click on the bar down here, is add alert. So you add alert, get my head out of the way again, a little box pops up, okay, RSI 14, yeah, crossing. Now you can do crossing down or crossing up, greater than. I don't really do any of these. I do use crossing down and up all the time, or crossing. So I like to put, say, 50 there. So where is it at the moment? So it's above the 50, so I'll say crossing down, all right? But you can have just crossing. So change it here to 50. Okay, value once per bar, once per minute. I just put once, open-ended, the dates. And I think you have to pay for that open-ended, otherwise you have to change them every day. Create, like that, and it'll put a line in there like you see. And you can see other alerts here. I've got one there at 65, look. I've got one at 43, I don't know why I put it there. But if you want, just take one out. So, delete. Like I said, it's always good to know, because whenever it's hit that 50 level, okay, and it's gone below it, it's presented a good buying up to you, because it doesn't get below that very often. And I mentioned that on my previous video. I shouted at the screen saying, listen, it's below 50. This is a stock with a phenomenal momentum. Once you find a stock like this and it dips below 50, get in. That's not investment advice. Okay? But I mean, look at the strength in this stock. Let me just look at this. It's just out of placing. In a rumour of placing, it came down. It went up here on hope, hype, potential. Massive potential in this company. It's a first mover advantage, okay? In a massive gaming world, which is growing quickly. It's big and growing quickly. Rumour of a placing started slipping. Rumour of placing, they confirmed placing right down here. And then all of a sudden, so placing was announced. It sort of bounced back up. And the placing was announced, done, boom, 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 boom. And I said here, once this is announced, the placing price, it'll regain. Like I said, they were at this place, okay? It slipped on rumour of a placing. Placing's done. Now they have 6 million more in which to gain their first, or cement themselves in that first mover advantage position. So they've got £6 million more to do that to improve things. Do you think it'll go above that previous level? I think there's a high chance it will. I know. So that's it. Let me just look at one other stock. What else is there? Let's have a look at Skin, for example. Integument, I just talked about. Again, let's hit this button here. So let's look here. Again, you can put an alert here. You can also put on thing. Look, I put alerts on price alerts as well. Look, again, you do the same kind of thing. Right click, okay, and you add alert. Don't add trade, of course. You don't do that. I don't know how that works. I haven't got it connected up to a trading account. But you add alert. Same kind of box kicks up there. You fill it out, crossing up, crossing down thing, and then when you get an alert, it'll pop up on the screen here. A little dialog box will pop up, and you get it in red. Like I said, let's look at this. Let's just click here on the left. It'll open the chart of Brave Bison. The alert it's been active. It's crossing down below 1.74, you see? So I will change that now. I think, okay. So how will I change it? I'll move that across. I'll say the lowest it's gone down here is 1.705 on it. So I'm going to put it down to that. And I put it on 1.7 crossing down, because that there, it's touched that before. So if it breaks down there, it's a bit of a support level here. And you see across here support level as well. So I'll move that down, and I can see now that's gone green. It's gone back to green. But they will do a pop-up. They'll email you as well. If you want that option, you can get emailed the alert. But you just have to scroll down, and you can see other alerts here. Lots of companies here have alerts on it. Hummingbird, for example, click that. Hummingbird Resources. Wow. Look at the RSI. That is unbelievable. Down at 15. This is due a bounce, I'm thinking. But like I said, alerts have gone off here, so you just click on that to reset the cog. Crossing down over 15 on the RSI. That is phenomenally. That's way oversold. I know they've had a bit of bad news out of late, but how far can that go? So I'm gonna go now and change that to crossing up, because I think once it builds, it's worth looking. It should come up. Save. There we are. Horizontal minerals. Okay, another alert on my chart. Let's bring it down here. It's 1.8, and I put an alert at 1.8 here because it's been done before there. It may retest that. So 1.8. These are price alerts, of course. RSI alerts you put down here. Okay, I don't know if I can do. Yes, you can do alerts on the MACD as well. The MACD is very similar to the RSI. I'll go into that another time. It's very similar. It's convergence, divergence. It's called the moving average convergence, divergence, but it's very similar. It's a momentum oscillator indicator, and you can see here it builds when this builds. It's a bit of a repetitiveness. Any others there? Scroll down. UK. By the way, look at UKID. It's worth looking at this because it's a dividend-paying fund. Look at that. It hasn't been down this low since the big sell-off in Q4 last year. Previous to that, every time it's dipped, you've done quite well here. I think it's in the buy zone here. But that's it. Hope that makes a lot of sense. So that's how I use the RSI alerts and price alerts on charts and companies there. And it's so important because it automates your workflow, you know. And price, you know, to get the right price is everything. Buy low, sell high. You know, that's the oldest adage in the stock market, the oldest cliche. And it's true, but it's hard to do because we are emotional beings. We buy when the share price is high because everyone's buying, and we sell when it's low. We get the wrong way round. It's so easy to do that. So by automating this, it takes the emotion out to a certain extent, and you can just, like I said, automate your workflow, and hopefully, it'll make you a more efficient investor and a more effective investor anyway. If that helps, please give us a thumbs up. Please share it. Any comments put below. And like I said, I'll put some links to the websites of TradingView and investing.com. Investing.com is free charting, but it has less features. And you have to pay for features on TradingView like I do. But you get a lot more features if you pay. And I also put a link to a previous video of mine, video entitled How to Get a Better Price. All right. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button and the alert bell, okay? Otherwise, you won't get notified whenever I release a video. I hope you appreciated that. And like I said, any suggestions, please type them below. And there's another link I want to put there, wasn't there? There's another link. Oh, a video. That's it. Yeah, no, I just said that. Like I said, any comments, please put below. And I'll get back to you as soon as I can.